All right, I'm back. So, are you there, my dear students? Sorry for the ano. So this will be our new setup, no? Yan. Let me just close those unnecessary. Oops. So again, this afternoon we'll be discussing about the different types of photography. So at least there are 50 of them, no? But of course, we will just like try to yeah, introduce them, no? Atong ila-ilahon saglit, then there are at least five of them na we will be that will be your activity this afternoon. But of course, it's up kung maka-appeal ba mo or dili. Okay, so I think they are not yet here. Okay, for a while. So balikan na to. Okay, while waiting for the others, please, sino yung nandito? Ayan, sana yun. So, I think they are not attentive na in our class. Okay. Thank you, Miss Colleen. So, let's just be back. So, let's wait for at least 3 minutes. Bakit naman mawala sila agad na? I'll just nag-transfer lang naman ako, no? Ayan, so they are back. So, again, I think I could proceed now to my class. So again, good afternoon once again. So we are now in our chapter 2, and this afternoon we'll be discussing about uh, at least the 50 types of photography. Pero there are really lots of types of photography, no? But at least this one is just 50 types lang sa, no? Though after this one, we will have our activity, no? At least not all of them, no? Pero at least mag ano tayo. Okay? So we will have our topic by the Staxi, no? 50 types of photography. So think that there's only one type of photography out there. Nope. There are plenty different types of photography out there in the world with varying subject matter, different equipment, and personal techniques. Now, some photographers prefer to expand their skills and broaden their portfolio by pursuing multiple types of photography. At the same time, while others focus on the perfecting a particular style throughout their careers. Ayan, so yung iba talagang career na jud ang pagiging photography, no? So there are also a wide range of experience shooting different subject matter can identify a niche or preferred theme for a career or hobby photographers. So we are here. We cover nearly 50 different types of photography, providing a brief description of each and showcasing some examples to get those creative juices flowing. Then maybe you will find a new favorite topic to shoot or rediscover and an old love. Okay? So let's start with the first one is the abstract photography. Do you know what is abstract photography? So abstract photography, also known as conceptual, concrete, or experimental photography, is a genre that is difficult to define. So abstract photographs often use color, light, shadow, texture, shape, or form to imbue a feeling, sensation, or impression. So without actually providing a representational image of the object or scene that's being photographed. So like we know, di ba, the common basta abstract gani, there's somehow you really don't know what the artist really wanted to ano no show. However, going deep daw sa ganyan, so nandiyo daw siya yung meaning no na ginahatag. So example of the abstract photography, we have here this ano, yeah, this is simple, just ano, kung anahaw bitaw na 'to, our national leaf, ayan. So, this is, actually this could also be considered as a ano 'no, plant photography, but this time in their ano, in their, example, this is a abstract photography, 'no? So, kuwapo kayo siya kuanan. Then another one, this one, ayan. So, abstract photography. So, it's like a mirror 'no, murag sa'min siya ba? Mirror guys, sa amin. It's a reflection of the building to the mirror, no? So makita ninyo diri na nag-wave siya. Ayan. Then of course like abstract, no? Yeah, oh, abstract. It's like oh, what is siya? However, there's a meaning in depth inside of it, no? Like this one ang kaning mga holes niya, kaning square. So it's up to the interpretation mo na pag abstract gani, you need to read the description, no? On how the artist interpret their artwork, or like this one, the subject. Okay, let's proceed. Adventure photography. So adventure photography is much more self-explanatory than abstract photography. So this type of photography captures images and adventures, usually in the great outdoors. No? It often features remarkable landscape shots, adventurous travelers, and challenging shooting conditions because of accessibility to particular locations and shifting weather conditions while taking photographs outside. So of course, adventure man siya. So nandiyo siya sa outdoor. So you might consider it as an outdoor photography, but this time, their example is for the adventure. No? So like this one, the wall climbing. Ayan. So this is a wall climbing. So, yeah, it's an adventure types of photography. Okay? Ayan, pagkamayan na to. Ayan, wall climbing. Um, okay lang ba? Nakita ba or nagkuan? Ayan, nakita mo di ay. Diri sa akong phone ang nawala ang signal. Ayan, so maklaro ninyo, no? Ano niya, uh, it was considered as a adventure type of photography. Okay, moving on, we have the architectural photography. So another self-explanatory genre, architectural photography, is when the main subject matter of the photograph is a building's exterior or interior. These shots tend to be pretty accurate representations of the constructions that are taken in a way that it is also aesthetically pleasing to the eye. No, before we cannot have this ano dyan, no, I might say that we could not produce this architectural. But now, knowing the progress of our Durusu, no, daghan na jud kay pwede siya ma-consider nato na architectural. Especially this new library, as in nindot kayo siya kasi something new. Grabe yung pagka-design ba, no? Kaya ayun. So, here is the example of the architectural. Ayan. So, na-jud siya sa mga ano buildings, no? Necessary buildings. So, so I'm so sorry sa akong background because you know na I'm here in my office so you can see my colleagues walking at my back. Ayan. And anyways, ayan, this is the example of the architectural, no? So, mostly mga buildings din siya. Then how to take this photo is obviously you just go in the corner, no? Then find the best angle. Kasi kung literally in front magud ka, it's like ano, for example is yung sa mga perspective, makita niyo sa perspective, dili jud siya yung front sa building. Nasa gamay sa side, no? The left or the right. Then na siya atong pina somehow yung from small to big to small. Kasi nga yun nga tawag natin is perspective. Okay? So next is astrophotography. Ayan, ito. I've been aiming this one even last trek na mo no dito sa panuntungan. So taking photos of astronomical objects like stars, planets and meteors and celestial events like lunar or solar eclipse and other phenomena of the night sky all fall under the spacey umbrella of astrophotography. So astrophotography revolutionized the field of professional astronomical research as long time exposure and made it possible to record images of stars and awe-inspiring nebula that are otherwise invisible to human eye. And eventually, optical telescopes were designed to record light using photographic plates, essential functional like giant cameras. So here is the example of astrophotography. Ayan. Ay, bakit ayan, laki talaga ng image na di ko ma-zoom. Ayan. So, ayan, yes, basta as long as you capture daw the ano no, yung the stars, no? Pero we almost we aim for our ano no, we aim for our Milky Way. Ayan. So, if you capture also the lunar eclipse, no? So, we consider that one as yeah, astrophotography. Tama ba ako? It's ano na, astrophotography pala. Ayan. Okay, next is we have the black and white photography. Ayan. So ito yung isa sa maganda din, the black and white. It because black and white photography focuses on capturing an image with no color. So this can either be done through a camera setting or through editing a color image afterward. So monochrome images that use minimal amounts of lighting also fall under this category. Ayan, for example, ayan. Now, what's good with the black and white is that, for example, you have a design. What if pinagawa kayo ng isang brochure ba representing this ano? Na it so happen kasi na Oh, hi. I'm sorry, murag nawala konti yung ano, no? Is it okay now? Yeah. Hello, madunggan ako ninyo. So, ito nga the reason na I will really not agree na ano, no? Yung we will have this, ano. Ayan, am I here? I'm here na, ayan. Sorry, talagang wala yung signal. So, going back, sana tayo? Kaya nga, as much as possible, Jude, work from home lang po tayo kasi nga mas malakas yung internet sa bahay. Ayan, thank you. Sige. Napa sa adventure. Sorry, no, sorry. So, ayan, again, this is adventure photography. Then we have this architectural photography. Again, architectural photography. So the main subject matter of the photography is building exteriors or interiors. So like what I've said kanina that before this ano sa mati, you will really try to find kung asa ni pwede ang architectural. But for now, good thing that our library is one of the best building here in the province, no? So hopefully, ayan, labi na atong library dyan, no? As in, it's really well architect kaya pwede na siya makuan dire. Then again, in architecture, I mean this architectural, dili jud ka ng front lang pud sa building. No, they will really find this angle, no? Na for example, either nasa kilid sila mo take the picture, no? Because andun yung ano ba angle da. Tapos ma-consider jud nato siya na architectural. Then next we have the astrophotography. So again, astrophotography is taking pictures of the stars, planets, and meteors, celestial event like lunar or solar eclipse, and other phenomena at night. No? So example is this one. I'm not really sure if saang ano to, saang planeta or universe or sa ba? Is this another universe? Ayan, I think na-stop na pud akong kuan. Ayan, okey na, kita ko na, nag-move na kasi siya. So again, this is the example of the astrophotography, no? So astrophotography is focuses on the stars or outside the earth, no? Sa atong solar system jud siya. Ayan, this is not our Milky Way and I'm not sure kung asa punta dire. So like what they've said, as makita ninyo kaning dots, these are composed of different solar systems. So daghan kaayo, no? Daghan kay stars, so daghan kay solar systems. Then moving on is the black and white photography. So like what I said kanina sa black and white is that for example, advantage na pud ani is that if you have this toning color nimo tas naghimo kag brochure, then it will not really like mupantay bitaw sa imong design. So it will be nice if black and white na lang siya, no? Then of course, like for example, if you're not really confident with yourself, then you will like kasi ang sample mo, murag I think this black and white photography is one of our activity this time. Then then of course, it will be your face, your poker your poker face ba, no? So of course, you're not really attracted with your ano tone skin tone. So let's do it in the black and white way, no? Para mas confident ka. And of course, maganda naman talaga itong black and white. Ayun, wala na naman yung signal ko. Yan. Next is we have this business photography. So business photography photos focus on the working world with imagery being captured to support the growth and development of a business. So usually for marketing and promotional purposes. Ayan. So like what I'm posting before, no, it's a business photography. Nag-work daw ko kunuhay. Despite of the messy table like that. So it's really part ano gyapon siya, no? Typical type of photography, no? Okay, so next, ayan, ito pala yung business. So not just yung mag ano, no, you can either, of course, this one is smoking, maybe is a businessman. Of course, some businessman talaga is having their smoke just to ano daw, no? Meditate, maka-meditate sila, ha, no? And of course, you are ano din, trying to picture your office, ayan. Then, ito, candid. Candid, most photographs of people are often posed with the photographer directing the shot and model. So, candid photography is a type of photography that removes the post aspect of the equation, with photographers taking shots of people in motion and spontaneously or by surprise. Or candid photography, kwan siya, no, kanang stolen shot. So they really don't know that gikwaan din sila picture. And what's with good with the candid photography is katud yung tinuod na emotion nimo ba, no? Your real emotion or sa imong sanawng bitaw makuha jud, no? Unlike anang sa uban na they have just this fake smile or whatsoever. Pero kaning sa candid talaga yung expression mo sa one of the best things sa candid is yung expression sa mga mukha, no? Like this one, ayan, happiness, ayan, yung may nag-ilis, and this one. Then cityscape. Can we have this cityscape na basamati? I think yes, pwede tayo mag-cityscape. It's a combination of cityscape, night photography, light photography, no? So the urban counterpart to landscape photography, cityscape photography captures images of city skylines or sections of metropolis, no? However, ang atong matibang po dili jud kay as in metropolis, no? Ayan, so this one. Asa kay ni? This is Dubai. Dubai ba to? Uh, I'm not really so sure din. Dili ko familiar sa building kaning sa right side. So cityscape talaga is those metropolis, no? Yung talagang grabe na ano na mga city. Drink po na ako kape. Ayan. So that's the cityscape photography. So next we have this commercial photography. So is that which is taken specifically for commercial use, usually to promote or sell a product or service. So photographers are hired to take shots of the product to be used in marketing collateral like brochures, menus, pamphlets, and beyond. So images of services can be tagged using models or staff. So in the commercial photography, food photography, fashion, and product photography sometimes double as commercial photography. So pwede yun siya combination sa ilahan, no? So headshots are another popular piece of the puzzle for this genre. Ayan. So this one is an example of commercial photography, no? So in the commercial, or I think this is also a business photography, no? Na kuan siya kanang it's for the business. One way of advertising your business. For example, you have this CBD oil that you are trying to sell a CBD oil, no? Sa paman. And of course, like your business, if you really want to have a good income, no, then you need to have this ano. Is it my can you still see my ano my presentation? Although it's not my presentation, I just get it from the site. Makita pa ba? Kasi dito sa phone ko nawala eh. But I could still see here naman sa aking ano. Okay, makita pa ba akong kuan? Ayan, thank you so much Peter kasi sa cellphone ko di ko na siya makita, no? But anyways, thank you to your reply. So I'll be continue. So the composite photography. So some types of photography are created by combining multiple images to create one composite image. So composite photography requires post-processing and editing of two or more shots to produce a layered shot that still looks cohesive. Okay. Ayan. So ang composite is a combination of two. No, kailangan jud mo siya i-edit pod. So, mali siya example like this one, ang cone, no? Sa gibutangan og bulak, then nasa diri sa island. So, grabe jud pagka-edit ani. Then ito yung ano talaga sa best sample lang ano nga to, composite photography itong aso, no? Na nag-walk siya, parang nag-walk siya sa galaxy. So, this is composed of two images. Okay? Two or one to make us one. Okay? Creative photography. So another hard to define genre, creative photography includes a vast variety of concepts and techniques. So it encourages experimentation and creativity in composition, as well as in the equipment and techniques used to capture an image, or what we call a composite photography can overlap with this genre. Okay? So we have this composite, ayan. So sa composite, mura po siya ano jud ka na, it's like you are trying to make ano ba? Ikaw jud nagbuot ba na this one, diri ang model, diri ano, mura kaning sa ano, kasagaran picture ani is kanang sa wedding prenup, no? So sa prenup ganito ang creative this is ano no, creative photography, no? Then sometimes ang sa prenup po nagakuan po sila composite, no? Kina-combine nila and ayan, creative photography. Ayan, ito yung another sample. No, it's like mura po siya ano no, composite because you are trying to mix two images, two to three, two or more, no? Then you have this product na or your output. And another one is a documentary photography. So considered by some to be part of professional photojournalism. So documentary photography captures images or a real life, usually in the context of historical events as well as the everyday. A distinguishing difference between the two is the documentary photography. So tends to chronicle an event, subject, environment, or topic for an extended period of time, adding context to a particular storyline. So photojournalism usually deals with a short term, more breaking news style of photography. So, mo ni siya documentary. Ayan, it's yeah. So, as a documentary talaga is we have this story behind that photography, no? Like this one, how we call this one kaning na yung mga tattoo. Unsa kay na sa Japan? Mga yakuza, no? Then most of yakuza ano jud ano is more they are talagang covered with tattoo, no? No, unsa kay tawag anang covered tanan og tattoo ang body? Dress ba? Arm? Basta most of their ano is ano, body is covered with tattoos, no? And each of those tattoos talaga is meron siyang meaning, no? Meron siyang kumbaga yung it's their tradition din or ano ba silang gang, no? Then another example, if we have this one, ayan. Then of course we are now in modernization. So we will now consider this drone photography. So also called as an aerial photography. So dati aerial to because now drone talaga is ano siya no? Yung it's flying camera. So capture scenes from high in the sky. So it requires access to a helicopter, plane, or other airborne objects such as drone. So due to its challenging nature in terms of accessibility, many photographers have embraced the recent advances in drone technology. So, opting to use drones instead of flying in an aircraft with their cameras and taking shots themselves. Also, renting helicopters can get a tad pricey over time. So, before talaga, we are using these helicopters, airplanes, and even those, we have this technique na ibutang bitaw siya sa balon, pagpalupad og balon, tas i-carry nimo ang imong camera. Ganun ang aerial photography before. But now, we have this drone, mura siyang mini helicopters, no? Tas di po siya helicopter lang, mura po siya airplane, kumbaga. Then, ayan, this is the capture of this drone, no? Nice kayo is, I think this is a crops. Unsa po ni siya na crops? Like, di man po ni siya katong palayan, no? Maybe this a corn crops. Ayan. So, nice kayo siya na mura po siya creative. Di po siya creative. Ito, drone. Ayan. So, talaga over the ano dyan siya, no? Ibabaw. Now, double exposure photography is created by merging of two images into one. Historically, this required special cameras and film development techniques. And modern digital cameras now have settings that allow for the capture of multiple exposures. So, editing software like Photoshop also make achieving this effect much simpler than film. Although some purists would argue that it's not a true double exposure. If it is not a film, apps are now available to produce this effect of smartphones too. Na? So, nana po ni siya sa smartphones. Ayan. So, mura po siya creative, no? Because it's a combination of two. So, kumbaga, iyang gi-blur-blur lang, no? Pero still, pan yun siya. Gamit yun siya og photo editor, kumbaga, or the Photoshop editing tools. Ayan. So, gi-combine siya. Next is the editorial photography. So usually used in a newspapers and magazines, so editorial photography incorporates aspects of fashion, sports and event photography. So typical shot and in a candid nature. So generally these types of photos are meant to illustrate a story that's newsworthy, educational, and or informative. So this editorial photography, so this is mainly or mostly captured or sa ano no sa mga newspapers and magazine no. Ito yun siyang parang headline kumbaga na ano. Ayan like this one. So headline photography siya, headline ba yun? Editorial rather no. So mo ni siya ang front sa newspaper ninyo. There's I don't know what's the story behind this one. Is it a terrorist attack or is it just explode? So ganon. No? Then we have this event photography. So event photography captures guests, activities, and ambience of a gathering. So either wedding, sa pana birthday, ayan. So ito si Lola, 70 years old. And this might, din, consider, okay. So wala na po nag-reflect. Wait lang ha. Sorry. Stop share ko muna, then i-share na ko balik. Ayan, how about that one? Ayan, is it na ano na? Napaday mo sa tattoo, sorry. How about this time? Nana sa drone? Ayan, I guess nanata sa drone, wala na sa tato. Ayan, so I'm so sorry talaga ha. Kaya jud na I really wanted na wala jud duty sa diri sa school kasi nga ito. As you can see, mahina talaga yung and maybe gikuan pud nila because of the katong the former president no nag-live karon. So karon ang kuan murag unsay term ana because our former president Dr. Lopez namatay naman gud. Excuse lang ha. Okay, so as you can see, the example here is yung green and yellow, that is a drone photography. So drone photography is an aerial photography. Now, then below now is ayan, example area photography pa din pero nasa shadow, no? So murag nag-create kani siya po na type is nag-create mura na siya nag-create og ana mountain ba, no? Murag creative po ni siya. Pero this is just a reflection or the shadow of these trees, no? Then, katong double exposure photography, ayan, double exposure, it can be done talaga daw with an editor, for example, Photoshop, no? So, ayan, mura po siya creative photography, no? Then again, editorial photography is usually used in newspapers and magazine. So these are talaga the front page picture of the newspaper, no? So again, we don't know the story behind this picture. So that's why we need to read it. Either this is a terrorist attack or just a malfunction that causes its fire. Okay? Then next is the event photography. Usually, if we have this event, birthdays, sa pa ba na? Baptismal, no? And this example right now is the type of event photography and can be a candid photography, no? Remember candid? Remember candid photography, no? Parang stolen shot siya in which ang iyang target yun ang imong expression sa now, no? Okay, then we have as well as family photography. So, klaro na kaayo. So, yung family, ayan. Then fashion photography, so one of the oldest types of photography existing since the mid 1800s. Oh my god, that's really so long. So fashion photography is the practice of capturing model in clothing and other fashion accessories for editorial or advertising purposes, no? So same atong ano, so mo ni siyang fashion photography, pang business gapon siya, no? It's promoting talaga gihapon the product of a certain company. Ayan. Next is film photography. So dates back to the late 1800s pa din and is the precursor to digital photography. Safety film was introduced by Kodak in 1808, although previous iterations of film were used as early as 1889, but were made from the much more flammable material nitrocellulose, usually referred to as nitrate film. Color film was introduced for home movies in 1935 by the Kodachrome, and 35 film lens were used for still cameras of 1936. As of 1936. Ayan. So karaan kayo ang film, no? Yung katong talagang na-film ba. Ngayon is digital naman katayo, no? So ito yung capture ng mga film. So at least ako jud siya kada ma-throwback jud ang atong scenario basta film photography, no? Fine art photography. So ayan, it's like I will read the first one. Fine art photography is created by an artist or who is using photography as a means to bring an idea, concept, message, or emotion to life in an imagery. So, ang fine art, mura-mura po niya sa abstract, no? However, abstract na lang is, di, yun kayo mo siya masabtan, kailangan ni mo siya kailangan ni mo siya, kailangan ni mo siya, how we call that one, subtune, og maayo. This is how we call that one, abstract photography. Then sa fine art, no? So, maklaro-klaro pa nimo pero there is somehow pa din kuan sa imong mind na confused ka. Kaya that's why you need to ask the photographer or the artist bakit ganito ang capture niya. Of course, this is the one that I've been trying to ano no doing. So the food photography, ayan. Obviously, it's food photography can be considered as well into advertisement photography, no? because it's advertising the food naman. Ayan. Or business photography. Ay, ang sarap. Gutom na yun noon ko. Okay, so next is we have this golden hour photography. This is new to me. So popular with amateur and professional photographers. So golden hour photography refers to the hour before sunset or the hour after sunrise, in which the sun is at its lowest point in the sky, producing a warm golden tone as background lighting. So mao din siya ang golden hour photography. Ayan. So dili na jud siya sa sun or yeah, sa sun. So katud yung mo reflect ba, no? Pwede man po niya siya sabi siya panoramic, pwede po niya siya katud sa pero since it's man jud interpreting the golden sa sunset or sunrise. So mo ni siya gold photography. Ito pala, but this one it could be candid, no? Ayan, ito. Holiday photography. So, is a niche can incorporate portraiture, landscape photography, food photography, night photography, and aspects of lifestyle photography, among others. So, ayan, holiday. So, na siya yung parang event. Ayan. So, this one is, klaro siya Christmas. This one, I'm not sure. Next is the indoor photography. Ayan. Images captured inside or known as indoor photography. So photographers must use special techniques or sometimes even minimal flash photography to capture a scene due to limited ambient lighting or the ISO. So, 2 minutes ISO, can you still remember? So ISO, focus, and shot composition are all important aspect of indoor photography. Ayan. So, when we say indoor, talagang nasa loob, no? I mean, yeah. Anything basta na siya sa inside, no? To a certain place. So, like this one. Ayan. Indoor pa din. So, this one is could be, yeah, in reflection. Reflection types ba yun siya? Infrared. Ito, infrared. So, when practicing infrared photography, film or image sensors sensitive to infrared light are needed to capture images. So filters are used for in-camera effects such as false color or black and white, delivering images with a dreamlike or unreal quality to them. Ayan. So ito, infrared, ayan. Like this one, this is not really, red or something purple. And by the way, sa infrared din, that's how they capture the sun, no, and even sa Mars. Actually it's not really that nun, parang ganun na color, pero they are using this infrared kay naman ko usahay na ang set sa camera pud pa using infrared, they can see something na dili makita sa tong yung normal colors, but it can be seen sa infrared. Okay. So again, we are running out of time. So maybe we could continue this one next meeting because then hopefully hindi na ganito ang signal ko, no. So I'm so sorry if ganito yung signal ko. Talaga namang lang talaga mahina dito sa school. So ayan. So I'll stop muna the sharing and I'll just transfer for a bit, no. So balik lang mo. What's this block is? So maglipat lang ako like what I've said, we have 3 live broadcast.